Earlier today, Celonis announced the details of its Series D venture funding round, totaling over $1 billion. Yes, $1 billion. This size of investment round is really rare in enterprise software, and even more so because Celonis is a European-founded startup. Although UiPath's recent funding round, totaling $750 million, does create something of a precedent. As I mentioned on one of these videos back in February, Europe isn't often seen as a region that does well in launching highly successful software companies, but there's something about the business automation market that's a bit different. Dutch and German companies have long been overrepresented in any market that's related to software architecture, modeling, or business process improvement. And this goes back decades. And most process mining vendors are European, with many of them linking back to the Eindhoven University of Technology in the Netherlands. Celonis is not being valued here based on the potential of its core, current, or historic business focus, process mining, but on its broader execution management system, or EMS, strategy, which the company has been highlighting since October, when it also acquired integration platform vendor Integramat. Now, EMS may seem disconnected from Celonis's heritage, but it's really more of an evolution. Process mining provides insight into the execution of business operations for two primary use cases. The first, which is the one that's most often talked about today, is all about discovering and exploring business process issues to help organizations figure out how and where to intervene. It's a great way to figure out where automation might help, which explains so much of the current interest, of course. But the second use case is all around comparing running processes case by case with a standard model of that process and highlighting issues where real-world execution is diverging from the standard. It leverages the same core concepts as the discovery use case, but the analytics is done on a continuous basis for monitoring purposes. And with EMS, Celonis is basically taking its expertise in process analytics for conformance and turning the dial up to 11, adding planning and simulation capabilities, for example, and particularly importantly, adding action-taking capabilities too, enabling individuals to receive notifications and predictions and recommendations, and then take action directly to avoid potential issues or fix problems as they occur. It's also building focused applications on top of this foundation that are tuned to common scenarios in areas like order management, procurement, inventory management, and accounts payable and accounts receivable. At its recent Celosphere conference, Celonis talked about how successful businesses run Celonis, echoing SAP's marketing push of recent years, which emphasizes how the best run businesses run SAP. And this is no coincidence. Celonis believes that organizations embracing its EMS vision will create a new layer of end-to-end operational insight and action that runs on top of enterprise applications from SAP, as well as from Oracle, Salesforce, and so on and so on. And Celonis is absolutely active in what I've previously called the automation hunger games, which is seeing platform vendors fight it out to create roles for themselves as orchestrators of AI and automation technologies. And with this new investment, Celonis clearly has a lot of resources available to buy and build and partner to continue to develop its EMS vision and product suite. And it's going to need those resources because as it shifts gears and continues to develop EMS, it's going to be competing directly and indirectly with some other very well-resourced vendors, including SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, Microsoft, IBM, and perhaps most importantly and interestingly, ServiceNow. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, as always, please like and share and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Take care.